So we got another clone to review today. So as I told you in my Afnan TURATHI Brown video, Afnan contacted me and said, hey, we saw your live stream. You were doing the review on Afnan Supremacy and Oud. We would like to send you a few other fragrances to do whatever you want with. It's not sponsored or anything. And I was like, sure. They said, we can't really have you pick which ones you want, but if you want to, we can send you a couple bottles. They did, Afnan TURATHI Brown, as well as the one I'm going to be reviewing today. And this is by Afnan. It is in their Supremacy collection. It's Supremacy Not Only Intense. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes and everyone else, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another fragrance video and another clone. So, I have been getting into clones a lot more lately. As you guys know, I have nothing against clones. It's just I don't go out of my way to pick them up. I'd rather go with the real thing if I can. If they're discontinued or if they're really expensive or something and people want to know, and I get enough of a, concentration of people asking me to pick them up, I will. This one kind of just fell in my lap by Afnan. It is supposed to be a clone of Nishane Hacivat or Hacivat, whatever you call it, or Creed Aventus. I heard people were saying that as well. I actually will let you know in a second why I didn't bring either of those decants out to do a comparison to, which I will do in the future. But this is by Afnan. It is Afnan Supremacy Not Only Intense. So I like this bottle. I don't really care about the box. I already did the box on the live stream. I ain't talking about it. These bottles are really freaking cool. They're hefty. I mean, for the price, which I think is like 40 or 50 bucks, it has this nice little cool ring. It has a nice atomizer. I already sprayed it on my hand here, which is awesome. I sprayed it about 2 minutes ago. And I have to tell you, of all of the Creed Hacivat type fragrances that I smelled outside of Elysium, because I know Elysium is kind of its own route. Elysium I like better than any of those. This one is up there with my favorites. And I can just tell you that right off the opening. So, one thing that I didn't like about Creed Aventus, I like Aventus Cologne. I like that a lot more than the original Aventus. I went into Nordstrom's the other day and I sprayed it on my skin. I've had decants of Aventus where I've kind of been underwhelmed by it. I haven't had any of the old decants of the fruitier versions or anything like batch-wise. But I sprayed it on my hand the other day in Nordstrom's and I left, and 45 minutes later it was off my skin. And I'm like, I don't have dry skin at all. Sometimes I do, but I mean when it's cold outside, but this had nothing to do with that. The fragrance nowadays there really is an issue with people talking about it. There is an issue with the longevity of Creed Aventus. So the reason I didn't bring the decants out of Hacivat or Aventus is because I already smelled this and wore it twice since I got it. And it's not a clone of Hacivat. It's not close. There is pieces of Hacivat in it, or Hacivat. It's closer to Creed Aventus in my opinion. While it still doesn't do the pineapple or the woodiness that you get, or even the little bit of vanilla that you get in Aventus, it doesn't do it like that. You can tell it's more of a clone of Creed Aventus than Club de Nuit Intense. I think that this one is the best of all of them. So when you first spray it on, let me give you the notes first, just in case you guys want to know a little bit about that. The top notes in Supremacy Not Only Intense are blackcurrant, bergamot, and apple. Mid notes are oak moss, patchouli, and lavender. And the base notes are ambergris, musk, and saffron. So when you first spray this on, it is literally blackcurrant, in your face, super fruity. I was not expecting it because this type of fragrance usually comes off super masculine, like the woodiness and the muskiness, and it's like in your face with a little bit of fruitiness, at least from like the newer batches of Aventus and stuff. But this one is a blackcurrant fruity bomb right in the opening, mixed with some of this like bergamot nuance, as well as a little bit of a smokiness. I'm not sure what the hell that's coming from, honestly, because there's no incense or anything in it, but there's a smoky undertone for sure. And I really do like this. I really like it a lot. I think that I really like it a lot. No, but I think this super mass appealing. It is one that doesn't really lay low on your skin and for a while. I'll tell you more about the performance later. As you work your way into this fragrance, it takes a long ass time to get into the dry down. It's probably about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 to 20 minutes with this fragrance to get that fruitiness just kind of toning down. So in the opening, you get that slight citrus undertone, but that black currant is really taking full force. You get a little bit of an oak moss that gives off that smokiness is what I'm guessing. And then you get a sweetness undertone, even undertoning that fruitiness, which I'm guessing is from that saffron. And then you get some musk. As you work your way further and further and further into the fragrance, you do get some woody tones coming in. They're not really a prominent woodiness. You get a little bit more musk. You get some oak moss in there, but it's not like a Hacivat, which is what I was thinking it was going to be, a oak moss kind of balm in the dry down. But the oak moss is kind of just a nuance here. You get that woodiness, you get that muskiness, and it just has almost like a smoky, sweet saffron undertone. It is really nice. That fruitiness never fully dissipates until probably about 4 hours. But after about that hour is where you can tell it's starting to go down and down and down. Black currant for sure is the main note for this fragrance. If that's what you're trying to just pinpoint, which is it's more of a fruity, woody, musky fragrance. It has a little bit of a smoky undertone. That's the best way to really describe not only intense. I honestly think that I might like this better than the other two that it's supposed to be cloning. It's super high quality. I mean, I tried CDNIM. This blows it out of the water. I finally tried the one, not the limited edition, but the one that's in the middle. I tried a decant of that. This blows that out of the water. I've tried L'Aventure, and while that's decent, this one blows it out of the water. If you're looking for more of a fruity, it's still a very masculine fragrance, but it's less masculine than the ones that I was telling you about. Just by a smidge because of that fruitiness. Kind of imagine Aventus and how they have that pineapple. If you dialed that up and just turned it into a black currant bomb instead of pineapple, that's pretty much what you get with this fragrance, except for, again, it's not as focused on that woods. It's focused more on almost like a nice blend of woods, musk, and saffron as you get to that dry down. It has a little bit of like a floral sweetness, a little bit of a smoky nuance underneath. I almost get like a leather vibe, which is kind of something that you do get from the saffron accord every once in a while in these type of fragrances. It's really beautiful fragrance. I'm not going to keep you guys here anymore. It's, if you want to get something that's in the same realm, still has a nice bottle that will look beautiful in your collection, that has a nice woodiness to it, but also maintains that fruitiness. If you want a more fruity take on this type of DNA, not only intense, is probably the best one out there. I was shocked when I smelled this. I was kind of bored by the Creed Aventus style fragrance DNA, which is why I like Elysium, because Elysium is in that realm, but it goes and does its own thing, and it's super versatile, and that's why I like Elysium, because it does its own thing. That's what this is doing. It's focusing more on that black currant. It's fruity, it's sweet, it has a nice muskiness, it has that woodiness, and then that saffron just adds to the even overwhelming. It's overwhelming my senses every time I spray it because I love it. But overall, I just want to tell you guys how much I love this. If you want to get the performance on it, I get about 9 hours, and that's giving some. I think it's more around 7 to 8 hours, and then it kind of dries down on my skin, and then it became anosmic to me. My wife said she could still smell it at 9 hours, but who knows? I'm just going to say you do get a nice full day out of it. If you spray it on clothes, you're probably going to get more. I can let you guys know and do a comparison video if you would like me to. But overall, if you like black currant, you like fruitiness, you like that Aventus style fragrance, but you want a little bit of a different take, or you like a little bit more of a fruity tone to it, like if you're one of those people like the pineapple vintage or the more fruity batches of Aventus, I'm telling you, go try this out. It's not going to let you down. The blend in it seems like it could be a high quality niche, which is surprising to me because I just smelled Afnan TURATHI Brown, and that versus Tuxedo was syrupy, synthetic. Still good, but it was completely different. It was syrupy and synthetic. This one is high quality. It seems like most of the notes are natural, even though I know they're not. Very well done, Afnan, with this one. Go check out other reviews if you don't believe me. It's a great fragrance, great bottle, great company, and I think that you should definitely try it out if you like that style of DNA. Let me know in the comments if you've tried it, what you think. I think I'm going to be getting a few more Afnans from them in the coming weeks, so we'll see about that. And obviously the new releases are coming out. So thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.